Hello, it's what's his name? Skeletor. And we have He-Man with me here.
Really, I get to be He-Man.
Wouldn't you rather be the hero? I guess Skeletor's cooler.
Exactly, Skeletor's way cooler.
All right, coming back at you live with two kind of in the same genre albums. They're both electric.
I mean, and I think that's about the only similarity we can say between the two of these albums.
We're gonna start off alphabetically with "You're Dead" by Flying Lotus. What's your initial impressions?
Initial impressions. Well, I'm just gonna start off with some background on
go ahead.
Flying Lotus, because I'm sure a lot of our listeners are not familiar with him. He has worked with Kendrick Lamar, Mac Miller. He did the songs for Adult Swim. Fun fact.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
He's worked with Odyssey, Thundercat, and Smoked as well.
Yeah, him and Thundercat actually, they both pretty much made this album together.
Correct. Some of the artists that contributed on this album are Herbie Hancock, Kendrick Lamar, Thundercat, Snoop Dogg, and Kamasi Washington.
Snoop Dogg always finds his way on the albums.
How can he not?
His whole career is features.
He's iconic. Actually, this album was inspired by them listening to George Duke in the car.
I actually listened to that album.
Did you?
I listened to that album.
You listened to the inspiration.
It's pretty good.
Did it make you dead?
No.
It didn't kill you.
It's jazz funk, so it's never gonna kill me. But it definitely was good. But I don't think jazz funk and music I listen to starts getting hard. You know, like it can though. I mean, some jazz funk can get pretty good. Like Mahavishnu Orchestra. That's not even funk. That's more jazz rock. But still, that stuff hits. Okay.
It hits. But I honestly really liked this album.
This is like, I think so. Like the other album we have, that's a very like safe album. This album is like the most exploratory electronic I think you could imagine.
I mean,
it's for most part. Even the singles are weird.
Well,
and unconventional.
Because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's making music to make music.
Exactly. This is like.
Look at this album cover.
Look at that. It's
actually by a manga artist.
Manga?
Yeah.
Oh,
I looked that up.
I love
I mean, I'm sure it's in this article somewhere. I mean, all of my information is from this page. So.
Yeah, so like it could be wrong, but
Yeah.
So I think this album is actually it's mostly instrumental, but apparently it's a concept album.
It is a concept
album. It is though, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like dying,
but
and, like life
can
after
understand.
death.
I
yeah.
mean, if you listen to the last track, I think that you can finally understand why, because you never die.
And Never Catch Me, which has lyrics too.
Oh, Never Catch Me. Oh.
That song is top notch.
Very top notch. I mean, Kendrick is on his A game on that song.
He doesn't even swear.
Yeah.
He doesn't swear once on it. That's what I thought was amazing.
We'll pull up the track list here.
Yeah. So yeah, the only songs like most of the songs are instrumental. We have about like it's like
how about that Captain Murphy alter ego?
That's also pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
we see that Ellison is the producer of most of them.
Which Ellison is Flying Lotus.
Yeah, his little thing is Flying Lotus. Oh, apparently Dead Man's Treacherous has our sweatshirt too. He's just not featured, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But apparently he's on there.
I heard him.
I heard him. So this is like a weird, like some of the songs are like we have Herbie Hancock, Kamasi Washington. Herbie Hancock's well-established jazz artist.
Well-established is a good word for it.
He's a classic. You can hear some good grooves from him.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that Snoop Dogg's verse on Dead Man's Tetris might be my favorite Snoop Dogg verse of all time.
It's actually good.
It's really good.
It's kind of like institutionalized, where it's still like he kind of just does some good stuff for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is.
It's because his laid back
You know what's sad though? The track on Kendrick's album that Flying Lotus produced was Wesley's Theory, not institutionalized.
But Wesley's Theory is my favorite song on the album.
Oh, I mean, it is great. But that would have been nice if it was institutionalized, because I just think that Snoop Dogg should always be on a Flying Lotus beat and nobody else.
Dude, I'm saying Snoop Dogg, like, his, like, laid-back, chill flow just works with that. It's like...
With his vibe. it just meshes well together.
I think this album, one of the most noticeable things is we have 19 songs. It's only 40 minutes. Most of the songs are about 2 minutes long, maybe even less.
That. I enjoy that.
I think this song is meant to be listened to as an album and not like songs minus like Never Catch Me.
Well, yeah. But like I think it's because of the transitions though.
Yeah, because most of these songs flow in together, and it
transitions beautifully.
It's like basically one entire song mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
so
agree with
I don't
that.
think these songs are meant to be listened to by themselves.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
It's like more of an entire album. There's like a sheer diversity of instrumental musics here too. Instruments.
Instruments in the music.
Yeah.
That's what you were
Because
saying.
like Kamasi Washington, he's on a lot, and like he's always good, man.
I don't think he could do something bad.
Kamasi's like that's a saxophone.
That's a saxophone.
That's also what on Never Catch Me when Thundercat comes in with that bass lick. I'm like,
that was something else. Oh my gosh.
I think one of the things I like about this album is how versatile and dynamic it is.
Versatile and dynamic.
Do you agree with that?
Those are good words.
Because like we go from like the first couple songs are like pretty much just a straight up bebop jazz groove, and then you get into like more like I don't know, like electronic, kind of not dancey, but like
it's not dancey, but it's
like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a dreamscape. It's like dream pop.
Dream pop. Okay.
Minus the pop. It's like
dream.
It's like dream music.
It's like dream fusion. That's what I'm gonna call it.
That's actually kind of decent. I think electrofusion's one of the genre names for this actually.
I just have one question for you, Justin.
Yeah.
What is the BPM on Siren Song? That was so slow. If you remember. Do you remember?
Partially. I remember some of the songs are really slow.
I was like, what is the tempo?
We go from like
It was at like a steady 160 and it had to be down. That had to be 60 BPM. It had to be.
It's Siren Song, it's supposed to allure you. It's supposed to be quiet and slow because sirens, they would get ship people to crash because they sang them songs.
Is that really what they're talking about? Are they talking about these kind of sirens when the
no?
What
If they're saying Siren Song, it's up to interpretation. I just really like mythology.
I was just thinking of a young black man in America.
Sorry. I think that sometimes, mostly, he's a great, fantastic producer. Sometimes I think there's a little too many tracks. He puts so many, it's so dense that sometimes.
I like the layers.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying sometimes some things can distort over each other.
But maybe that's the point.
I don't think it's you listen. We're not gonna get started already. We're already a little heated from earlier, but well, that's about the next one. I think my favorite songs on this album, Never Catch Me, obviously.
It has to be.
Turkey Dog Coma.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Tesla, which is that's like one of just the classic bebop things, and Moment of Hesitation, which both of my favorite songs have Hancock on them.
No surprise there. I like Eyes Above.
Eyes Above. What's that one even? I don't remember what that one even sounds like.
I don't know. Whatever it was, it needed to be longer. That's what I put.
The thing I like about I think shorter is better than longer.
I think shorter is better than longer too, but I wanted more from that song.
Because you're left wanting more, so you have to keep listening to it.
Also, Obligatory Cadence was probably one of my favorites.
I think it's one of the best names.
I need Tyler the Creator to.
You just like it because it's 6/8.
Was it?
It's either 6/8 or 3/4 because they did the cadence. It's done.
Oh, it was so good though. I need Tyler the Creator to hop on that song right now and do a remix because it was so good.
Okay. Yeah.
I as soon as the first 30 seconds in, I was like, Tyler the Creator's voice needs to be on this track.
That's not what he sounds like.
That is. I mean, you got the low part.
Yeah, he's kind of low, but he's like da 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 da. I'm just thinking, what's that song?
What song?
Tamale.
Tamale. Yes. Fun fact, Tyler the Creator has a new album dropping May 17th, Igor. It's supposed to be very, very good. I'm very excited.
There's not really much bad I can say about this album. Other than obviously some I think some of the track layering could have been. I think the mixing is the biggest issue I have with the album. Some of the mixes could have been mixed better. Which is that's that.
Who mixed it?
That's It's probably him. Oh wait, mastering was Daddy Kev. The mixing was Rich Costly for one song specifically. So the mastering was Daddy Kev.
What's track 14? Moment of Hesitation. Why do they have so many people on this? Engineers on it.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, look, we have guitar, drums, flute.
I still think it's funny that Mix by Ali is the only person that they'll let mix Kendrick's vocals.
Kamasi plays keyboards, apparently. I didn't know he could even play the keyboard.
Of course he can.
Thundercat plays guitar, backing vocals. We got vocals, percussion, flute, strings, the whole kit and caboodle.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Sampling. But yeah. I think what are your negatives?
Negatives? I mean, I really like the sounds of the keyboards that they use. I looked up what they used.
Oh no, I believe
They use a Moog, or Moog. I don't know how.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Those are good. They use a Fender Rhodes, and like I love Rhodes.
That's a class. That's like I think that comes partially from what's that guy's name? The jazz funk guy he was inspired by? George Duke. George Duke. I almost said George Benson.
Yes, George Benson. No, George Duke.
Yeah, George Duke on one of his the album I listened to, which is the most popular. I forget what it's called, but he every song he made a point to use a bunch of different synthesizers and keyboards.
And
so,
they use Wurlitzer pianos too, which is like they all just have such good.
I'm sad I didn't get to hear a Hammond B3 organ though. I'm a sucker for a Hammond.
Well,
the organ
sorry.
It gets me going. It gets me jiving.
They didn't use one.
Do you have any negatives though? Because I was a positive.
It was a positive. I don't know if I have a negative.
Yeah, I mean like.
If coming from somebody who never listened to something like this, I really.
I think it's accessible for someone who likes rap.
Oh, it definitely is.
Because
I wish more rappers would take the time to listen to tracks like this and rap over something like this.
I just wish they would do something different in mainstream rap because a lot of them are stuck. You know, it's kind of how the mainstream is right now.
It's called hip hop's popular, so we have to make everything sound the same.
It sucks.
It does
because we have music like this, like that. We could have a whole album of Never Catch Me's, and it would be beautiful.
So good. That would be so good. But like people like Kendrick and people like Tyler and people like Joey Badass.
So there are people doing.
They're doing stuff like this. It's just. And like Kendrick is popular, Tyler the Creator is popular. Like it's not like popular people.
I didn't say that.
No, but it's like it's very hard to see through because people just want to listen to Lil Baby.
People want to listen to their emo rap.
And Lil Nas X.
What people want to listen? Is that the country rapper guy?
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. Best
still
song out there.
Have never heard it. Never heard it.
You're probably better off. All right, Justin's gonna give this album a solid 87.
87. I'll give it a solid.
A light to decent.
No, I'll give it a solid to good. Solid to good 82.
So, like, roughly an 84, 85. Pretty good. If you're in the popular scoop of albums, you should give this a listen.
Oh, no, I definitely think that every hip-hop fan in the world should listen to this.
And he has a new album coming out in, like, 2 weeks.
May 24th, I think.
He's released
It's called Flamagra.
Yeah.
It's either the 17th or the 24th. It's very soon.
All right. Moving on to the heat.
The heat. I can already feel the heat.
We've already pre-argued about this album. That's not how you shift. There we go. Shift tab. There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
whoa.
Still on.
Acknowledgements.
Okay, you know what? There we go. Here it is. Billie Eilish. When we all fall
Billie
asleep.
Eilish.
Where do we go?
I don't know. That's a good question. Can you answer that question for me?
I think it's a dumb album title is what I think it is.
No, can you answer the question?
Okay, so we go into REM sleep. No, sometimes that's when we start dreaming with rapid eye movement. But
prolonged eye contact.
Don't Bo Burnham me. Randy, what do you think about when we all fall asleep? Where do we go?
What do I think? As a pop album, because I think that this is what this is trying to be.
Oh, I mean, if we look at their genre, the first one on the list listed as pop. I like how trap has to have a citation.
Well, of course it does. Because is this really trap? That's a whole nother story, though. I think as a pop album, this does a good job of being a pop album.
That's actually like I think it's catchy music for the genre. Like for the most part,
it doesn't have the thing that I would look for in a catchy hook of a pop song.
What's that?
It's not catchy enough.
I see. The thing is, I think her strongest suit in the pop area is I thought she could create some strong hooks.
I don't think
depends on the song.
I don't think the hooks are catchy enough because I don't think that the melodies are catchy enough.
It depends on the song definitely because I think the melodies are one of the big things. So what's the first album? What's the first song? Bad Guy.
Bad Guy.
You remember that melody?
I actually kind of liked that one. I honestly like the first half of the album. I can handle the first half of the album, and then once we get to the second half, that's where she loses me.
I personally think that the strongest things on this album are her vocal slow songs.
Those are my least favorite, and I think that they're the worst.
Because they're the most different from normal music.
They're so bad. They are so bad.
I think I'm not talking lyrically because I think lyrically it's a bunch of hodgepodge.
Lyrically, this album is poor at best.
It's a bunch of hodgepodge, but because she's just But like I think her vocal, like her like what's the word? Her like harmonizations are very nice. That's all I was paying attention to.
That's definitely a strong point.
That was all because and that was where they were at their highest.
But see, how much of that is her, and how much of that is Phineas?
Oh, she's singing them. I don't think they're affecting her, except for sometimes, like 8.
Well, no. The thing is, though, what you can do is, and
I know you can pitch shift the voice.
All you do is you record something once. Okay, you record her singing it once.
It didn't sound like they shifted it though.
I think it did.
It depends
because my comment is I love the layering of her voice.
See, but I think it depends on the song. Sometimes I feel like she did sing. Sometimes it probably.
I mean, I'm sure that there was a lot of both, but the way that they layered it is amazing. Whoever did that, which was probably him, he did that very well.
I don't know, man. The thing I thought was lacking this album is that how minimal it was. There was like 3 to 4 tracks at most going on at once. It got boring.
I mean, it was too minimal. That was my problem with the slow songs, because there are no percussion in those songs at all. Like, it's non-existent. So there's nothing driving it at all. And I don't know if that was the point. But if you're gonna be,
sorry, hold on. Let me go to the track listing here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're gonna be somebody like Lorde, because I think that that's a comparable person to Billie Eilish.
Why do the Japanese editions always get bonus tracks? Sorry, go ahead.
Those are still released as singles in America, just so you know. They're just not on the album.
Why does Japan always get the high quality stuff?
I know, because, they got a good one on the Kanye Graduation album, too. But what was I saying?
You were talking about
comparing her to Lorde. Okay, so I think that her rise is very similar to Lorde's. It was very sudden. She was very young. And a lot of people thought of her as like the next breakout pop star and changing the pop game. Okay,
I don't think she's doing anything to change it.
That's what people have said, because she's come out in the streaming age. She's the first artist from the 2000s with a #1 album. She's, I don't know, she's just so young and different that there are air quotes there.
Yeah, he air quoted that.
But if you're gonna be like Lorde, you need lyrical substance. You need actual songwriting. Like, actual structure to an album. There's no structure to this album. Nothing flows.
It's pretty much a what's that word?
A compilation.
It's a compilation album, pretty much.
Nothing on this album flows. I don't think that one song can even relate to another one.
So it's pretty much just a bunch of. That's what I was thinking. I think the whole album spreads itself too thin. It's a bunch of random ideas thrown together there was no cohesive thought.
No, like I just don't even know what this album's about.
I mean, it's about being sad, Randy. I'm a sad person.
Is she actually sad, though? I'm not convinced she's sad.
I'm sad.
I can't... After listening to this, I don't think she's actually depressed.
I think it's just to, like, relate to those people and to, like, to get the clicks.
The clicks. I mean, if she is actually depressed, please.
She could be. I'm not saying, yeah.
But I am not convinced, after listening to this, that she is.
Here's my opinion. Randy disagrees. I think the production's bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I think that the album has actually mixed very, very well. Like, actually listening to this album in headphones for the first time.
Oh, no. So here's the thing.
I was very, very, very impressed at the way that the sound moves, the way that the bass hits, the way that it actually works with her voice. I don't think that anything's too loud. I don't think anything's too soft. I think it's mixed very well.
I think that it just gets way too distorted and muddy. And you might think that is artistic, but I think that, like, I don't know. It's just like it sounds so bad that, like, I can't imagine that being something they wanted.
Which was the song that
specifically
her voice distorts with the bass?
It's not.
Which one is that?
I'm thinking the song I'm thinking of specifically is "You Should See Me in the Crown," where it goes like my ears were bleeding. I'm like, ah!
That's one of my favorite tracks. But I'm trying to think of the track where, like, the bass distorts with her voice. You know what I'm talking about,
I don't
right?
know.
You don't know which one I'm talking about?
I wasn't paying attention.
No. Regardless, it sounds so cool. Like,
I agree.
Such a cool sound.
I think her vocal finagling with some of the effects they throw can be really cool. -8.
What were they thinking on that song?
It is the most disgusting trash I've ever listened to.
It's so bad.
She's like, I'm like, what are you doing?
But see, like, if Young Thug does something like that, it works. But for her, it doesn't. And I don't understand.
Because
like, Young Thug can do it.
It's
YNW Melly can do it.
Young Thug isn't mumble pop. And Billie Eilish, I'm coining the term, Billie Eilish has made mumble pop a genre.
But I just don't understand why Young Thug can do it and she can't.
Because I don't think she's experienced enough.
Well, she also doesn't have Alex Tomei mixing for her.
And her, it's like a bedroom pop.
Bedroom pop.
Yeah.
But you know who does bedroom pop better than Billie Eilish? Clairo. She does bedroom pop better than her.
I have no clue, Clairo. So sorry.
She's the best bedroom pop artist there is.
I think the songs can also drag on way too long.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't sit through "I Love You" any longer. I couldn't do it. It is 5 minutes long and it needs to be about 4 minutes shorter.
One of my notes is that I Love You sounds like Shrek. If you remember Shrek 2 when Fiona's singing to the bird, it kind of has that similar melody.
See, I didn't think that. I think that "I Love You" just sounds like a copy of an XXXTentacion sad guitar song. But it does it worse. Because I don't think she's actually sad.
And she's also, this whole album is static. There's no dynamic to it.
I mean, but what? It's a pop album.
It's like someone who died. It's like a flat line, you know. There's absolutely no.
But it is a pop album.
I know that's what they want, but I like to see a little, even of pop. I like to see a little bit of pushing.
There's dynamic change in some of these songs, though.
Between
like,
the
You Should See Me in a Crown, that has dynamic change.
It's still
Bury a Friend
the whole
has
time.
Dynamic change.
That's all flat. I mean, the songs themselves are dynamically
right.
different.
Yeah.
Inside the song, nothing changes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
I'm not saying that the song itself, because like she goes from like attempted like she has a bunch of random genres that I think she attempts badly.
I think if she
I think she needs
to
to focus.
Sound.
She needs to focus her. She needs to play to her
she
vocal.
She does some things well.
She needs to play to her vocal talents.
Because they're there. She does. She has a really nice singing voice.
She needs to, because
it's there.
I think if she like focused more on making like really dynamically like layering those vocal tracks, keeping a strong like that kind of groove, maybe making some shorter songs.
I mean, it just doesn't need to be that long. "I Love You" does not need to be 5 minutes long.
I think this is a good it's a good proof of concept.
Okay.
That's what this album is.
Would you consider this a good debut album?
I don't think it's a good album, but I think it's a good showing of what she can do.
That would be my
if
question.
she focused her vocal talents, she could make a very nice second album and could actually start pushing for some bigger talents in the pop scene.
I think that this album sounds too different from her first EP because I thoroughly enjoy every track of her first EP.
I think she took a more clickbait album, not clickbait, like trying to get
clickbait.
You know.
I mean,
she went safe for release, which it happens.
Well, I don't think that she was signed to a label either before on her first EP.
Yeah, and I don't know if she is.
I hate labels. They make everything bad.
Independent artists are making a lot of money out of though.
Yeah.
And labels are getting mad about it. Everyone should be independent. If you're an artist, go independent.
Unless you actually want some money, because
listen, Ninja Sax Party makes some good music, some good money.
Yeah, but they started on YouTube.
You're right. Okay.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I just think
because even Chance the Rapper isn't truly independent. He got a deal with Apple that a coloring book could be on there for 2 weeks. He got $500,000 for that.
Hey, I'll take it.
I wish I could do that.
Apollo about to get a signed deal for Apple Music.
Yeah, right.
Here comes the hard part, Randy.
Oh, ratings.
What would you rate Billie Eilish's debut LP?
Do you really want me to do this?
Yes.
Do I have to?
I can start us off.
Okay.
50 flat.
50 flat.
Purely average, in my opinion.
I was gonna go 55.
Okay, we're on the same boat.
And the point is, I actually enjoy this type of music, and I actually do enjoy the first half of the album. Bad Guy through When the Party's Over, I enjoy all of that. My Strange Addiction is fine. Bury a Friend is fine, and then everything else I can go away with.
I think. What song? There was one song I didn't mind. I was listening. I was like, I don't actually I kind of don't mind this. Did I take a note of that? Let me see.
I hope you did, because I'm sure not gonna know what it is.
Give me a second.
It was definitely 8. That was definitely.
Oh yeah, it was definitely my favorite song. Let me think.
Actually, I just want to make this comment right now because I just thought of this. Zanny actually has a really good message. Because she says she'll never take a Zanny.
Wow.
But that's good, because that is the exact opposite of what every other song is telling you to do. And she has a very large following. A lot of young people like her.
Yeah, I guess.
And she's sad. She's saying, even though I'm sad, I'm not going to take a Xanny. That's really good, because anytime somebody else says they're sad, they're like, I'm going to just pop a Xanny.
I mean, that is nice, but like...
It's different. It's refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I can appreciate that.
I think the one was... I don't remember what it was. There's a couple songs that sound pretty dancey, and I'm like, alright, this is kind of groovy.
There was actually some pretty dancey songs. I'm not going to lie.
Like,
I was surprised.
I can get kind of groovy. Apparently, My Strange Addiction contains dialogue from The Office. I've been reading that.
That was one of my notes. Do you remember? Do you remember hearing the samples from The Office? It's from the episode Threat Level Midnight, when Michael does the movie.
Listen, this is gonna crush all your hearts.
No.
I haven't watched The Office.
No, oh my god.
Oh, but here's the thing. I've watched the UK Office.
No.
Because it has Martin Freeman in it, and he's my favorite actor. One of them. He's not my favorite.
I was gonna say, I thought that was Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Fraser's a legend. Brendan Fraser gets me going.
The point is, I don't understand the Office sample because it doesn't fit in with the song.
She's trying to be quirky. She's trying to be quirky, though.
What did you say?
She's kind of quirky, though. It's a meme.
I haven't looked at a meme.
Yeah, but
in a long time.
She's trying to be like goofy and quirky. I think that's kind of one of her shticks.
Her shticks.
You know, trying to just be out there. So overall, like a 52.5 album.
52.5.
So like
this is our lowest rating to date.
This is I think it's a purely average album. That's not to say it's bad. I don't think it gets into the bad range.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're gonna have to find a bad album.
But I do think that it doesn't do much. I mean, it's just average. It's like if you like pop, you will probably like this album. But like, I think it's nothing outstanding.
I mean, it's not great.
Yeah, and I think
some of the singles are good.
She needs to focus up, and instead of doing so many things, she needs to think about what direction she wants to take her music and stick to that.
Yeah, no, I think I can agree with that. I think that she has a real talent.
I do too.
With her voice. I think that she needs to get somebody else to write her songs.
Either that or she needs to...
Or actually focus on songwriting. She needs to do one of those two things. Because her lyrics are not good. They're fake deep.
I mean, that's her whole thing. It's I'm 14 and this is deep. That's her whole thing.
I just
she's like leading a new generation of like, you know, like it's like with emo rap. It's like it's kind of what emo and post hardcore used to be in like the 2000 with all those things. This is what it's this is the modern version of that.
But I guess it's all kind of stemmed in that, though. I mean, I would say that it's strongly influenced by that.
I don't think it's influenced.
I think it is. This is influenced by emo rap, and you can't tell me it isn't.
Emo rap. Yeah, I thought you meant like the emo and post-hardcore stuff.
Oh no, it is. It's all influenced.
No, it's not. I think like I think it's sad lyrics, but like I'm maybe lyric-wise, but not musically.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say that's what you're saying.
Well, no, yeah. I wasn't saying musically. I'm saying but culturally.
It's the modern emo music.
I mean, she just recently did an interview, and she said that she was born from Childish Gambino. And I don't know if you know what Childish Gambino sounds like.
I know like some of his popular songs.
But he doesn't sound like that.
I like his soul music.
He's also not sad.
No, yeah, he's kind of groovy.
He's not sad.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sound like that.
It's because sad is in. Sad is in. It's pop.
Sad is popular. How do we make sad not popular? How do we make each other happy?
I mean, man, I'm not a therapist.
You're psychiatrist.
Are they the same thing?
I think one's licensed, one isn't. I don't know.
Okay, well.
One went to school longer, I think.
Anyway, that's what we think about these. Next week, I'm going to be looking at Mac DeMarco's new album.
That's what you're picking?
Yeah, I'm picking the Mac DeMarco one. I'm trying to avoid Vampire Weekend as long as I can. Mac DeMarco, it's something cowboy. I forget exactly what it's called.
Hold on. I don't know what I'm going to pick yet. Let's
okay,
I'm gonna you talk about something while I pull up Spotify and look at what released this week.
So, I was looking at the Ducks a couple days ago. Did you guys like Ducks? Ducks are like really interesting, honestly. I can watch them like in the ocean. The way they talk to each other, like they have this weird way of communicating where they look at each other and they do that weird, like, it's not quite a quack, but it's like a
I know exactly what you're talking about, which is the worst part.
And
Why do I know what you're talking about?
And then they kind of like tilt their head at each other. They're kind of like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" I don't know what they talk about.
Do they have any grapes?
Bum. Are we gonna sing that now?
No, we're not gonna sing that.
But I think ducks,
because we can't. Because we'll get in trouble.
I think ducks are one of my favorite animals. Honestly.
Really, ducks.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna pick. Here's what I'm gonna pick. Justin.
Okay.
We're gonna,
no!
we're gonna pick, and I'm gonna warn you that Justin is not gonna be happy with this pick.
I might. You never know.
We're gonna pick "Slimier" by Young Nudie and Pierre Bourne.
I don't know what is that Spanish stuff or not?
Oh no, this is Justin. We're getting into. Do you remember in New York on Millie Rock?
Sort of.
Hide it in my sock.
Sort of.
So that's that producer.
Oh great.
And Young Nudie, who is apparently one of Atlanta's newest budding stars, because we have one of those every week.
All right, Mac DeMarco's is called "Here Comes the Cowboy." Has a picture of a smiley face thing. Looks like a burnt smiley fry.
I listened to the first 15 seconds of that song and it sounded sad.
All right, well, that'll be a little different from Mac. This is his fourth album. We'll see how it fares. I didn't really like his third album, so we'll see if he comes up.
I read a review and they said that he sounded exhausted singing.
All right, well maybe it's an artistic choice.
Maybe it is an artistic choice.
Like this muddy production.
Yeah, it is distorted on purpose, because if it wasn't distorted on purpose, it would sound...
He could be bad at producing.
The 808s would sound like that on every song if he was bad at producing.
He could just be bad sometimes.
That's not... You can't just be
mistakes.
bad sometimes.
You make mistakes.
No, somebody checked him.
It was just him on the album.
No, it wasn't.
It's just them. Check right now. Check right now. Okay.
Look, mixing and mastering by somebody else.
Okay.
Somebody checked it.
So maybe Rob is bad at mixing.
Yeah, maybe Rob's bad. No, and obviously just because the producer made it sound one way doesn't mean that the mixer isn't going to make it sound a different way.
That's why I think it should be one person doing all of it, but that's just my opinion.
That's also hard. It's very hard to mix, trust me.
Listen, buddy. I've made a bunch of platinum hits.
Oh, okay, name 5.
Hotel California.
Okay.
Kind of Blue.
Okay.
Oh, Love Supreme, so only gold. Oh no.
You're only at 2.
What's that one album with my the British band that Mr. Davies would play all the time?
Oasis.
I'm in love with it. Rhythm in my heart. That's a platinum album. I forget
Steel Panther.
No.
Isn't that their name?
No, Steel Panther's the Goofy album, the Goofy band that play. I don't know. Okay. I can't think of more platinum albums. Michael Jackson, Thriller.
I was gonna say, how can you not think of
Abbey Road?
Like, how hard is it to think of a platinum album?
Okay. Anyway, that's it for today. For this week. Well, we'll be on later. Eat some tater tots tonight.
Okay, that's actually a good recommendation.
All right.